So it's almost half an hour. And I forgot to hit go live. Fancy meeting you here. I'm sorry. That was my bad. I was like, you know, I don't know what I was doing. I feel bad about that. So, we're in a game against the New Jersey Devils. It's really close to the end of the season. We're hunting for a playoff spot. I wish I could rewind what I didn't stream, because that was terrible. Goodness. Well, I'm glad I don't do this as a career. Anyway. We'll do a little summary in a minute. Once we get through this. We needed to win this game, I think. Because we're currently in a wild card spot. We were up in second place at one point, and we kind of fell down a bit. Alright, third period. I should have noticed because there was no numbers. Anyway, I don't know. All right. Summary of what happened. We lost to New Jersey 6-2. We might be out of a playoff spot now. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. Yeah, we're just out. But the Devils are not in either. They are tied with us in points, but the Penguins and Flyers are at 90 and 91. We can go above the Bruins to get in and not have to worry about the wild card, but we have lost quite a bit. So we started out, I think here versus Columbus. Around here. No, it was versus Buffalo. So we started off against Buffalo. It was pretty good. And we moseyed along. There were some injuries. Sergachev came back. We got to the Leafs, and the Leafs was like a crazy game. I simulated that. It was 8-6. Then Artem Zub came up as a free agent, as a waiver, and he's earning $6 million just for this season. So I figured we'd pick him up just as a veteran on the blue line and whatnot. But then we started losing, like starting with the Oilers. You can see it's like loss, overtime, loss. So we've lost a lot of games after doing pretty well. So we're getting close to the end, but we're really on the line. I thought we'd be doing better. Alright. So Bemstrom is back. I think I'll send down Cale Fleury. Take a look. Because we got Zub. Alright. Bemstrom we need to get back in here, I think, on our second line. Bonby's had a good season. Let's get Bemstrom back in there. Bemstrom is not 100% though. We'll leave Bonby there for the moment. I don't want to have Bemstrom injured going into the playoffs. If we make it, we might not make it. So we'll see. Alright, well this is incredibly critical because Boston is who is ahead of us. So let's see how we do against Boston. Zaka scores a goal on Zaka on Snacka. Anyway. Tuck gets one, 2-0. Ferrero gets one, 3-0. I don't know what happened to us. Okay. End of the first 3-0. We came storming back against the Leafs, so it's possible. Lalonde gets one on Galiev. Power play. Can we do this? Not looking good. They got one back. Ludwinski scores. Can we get another just to get us close? Power play for Boston. 5-on-3. I don't have good feelings. Don't have good feelings. Oh boy. We crumbled at the end of the season. 18-wheeler off a cliff. We were in a playoff spot. Oh my goodness. Puck 1 and 2. Galiev 31 stops. Pasternak with 3 assists. And I think that might put us out, I think. Boston is in. Yeah, we're out. We are out. That was our season. I may not stick around. They may fire me for this. Ugh. It's just disappointing. Oh, man. We get a win at the end of the season. It's like, it doesn't matter. We needed that before. We needed it before! Okay. Well, let's see if, let's see what the reality is here. This could go south. The owner is happy, but... Oh, boy. Owner is now neutral. Hey, Bruno, how's it going? But, well, I always appreciate when you come, for sure. How are you doing today? I'll tell you, Bruno, you know how in life you make mistakes? I was sitting here playing for like half an hour, and I didn't hit go live on OBS. It was just like blank. At least I realized, I guess, but gosh. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, it was just a bad mistake. Oh, man. And then my team doesn't make the playoffs. We're in a playoff position, and then we just fell off a cliff. The Oilers and Panthers! Wow, it's like reality now. We'll keep current ticket prices. The Florida Panthers, Stanley Cup champions. Oh, the Moncton Lions won! I didn't even realize our AHL team won. Shows you what I'm doing. Not even paying attention. Maybe it's better I didn't do anything. Well, you know, we got the 16th overall pick. Failed. Ooh, terrible. Oh, buddy. Oh. The owner is not happy. Oh, is that like... They have that in this called Be a Pro. And it's, you know, you start young, I guess. And then you work your way into... You start like in junior or something, and then you work your way into the NHL. Pretty cool. All right, let's take a look at our failed team this year. Actually, hold on, for the owner. That fell off a cliff. I'm very disappointed with the work you have been doing with the team this year. Focus on my goals, or else we need to have a chat once the season is over. Goodness. I think it's a little past when I could be fired. Usually that's during the playoffs. I know the goals are so weird, and like, and maybe I just suck when I'm playing like be a pro, but I'll be like a season 1 rookie and like my rating is garbage, and they'll be like, "Hey, why don't you go ahead and be awesome?" It's like, is this real? Is that real expectations? That maybe it's not. It's supposed to just be fantasy, but it's like we're gonna put you on the first line of the first line power play as like a rated 73, and you know, and then they're surprised when you can't do anything. I mean, I'm bad. I'm sure other people score like 18 goals and it doesn't matter, but the it's like, yeah, exactly. Hey, if you make the All-Star game, it's like, I am a rookie. My rating is not good. I don't know if you people are paying attention. I always find that weird, but I guess like people would lose interest if it was as like as slow or as much work as it actually is to be a professional sports player, sports star, whatever. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I always find it weird, especially when they have like these lofty expectations of a rookie that's rated poorly. It's like, I can't even skate. Like, I don't know what you want me to be doing things. Anyway. So I'm in mild trouble with the owner. Let's take a look at how the team did. I'm glad our AHL team won the Calder. That's kind of awesome. I didn't even do the simulation or anything, man. It's like, feels like I'm botching this entire stream. Anyway. Let's go with player stats. Yeah, well, there's something like that in NHL. But it's like, they're more like boosts for things. Because there's like fan following, there's teammate rating, there's management rating, and you can adjust those by buying things, like, or increase how, and then you have like fame and legend status. I don't know, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, it makes more sense to, well, there is training. Okay, so in NHL there is training, but you only have so many hours a week to devote to what you want to do. So it's not like you're gonna just boost it up, you know, without, and it's gonna be irrational. Like, it takes time, right? Probably. I mean, it's both EA, so I'm assuming it's very, very much the same, right? I enjoy it. It's just like, I don't know. I'm also not the person that's gonna play every single game, because like, especially if you play it at normal rate. I play it like a period in real life is 20 minutes, right? There's 3 periods of 20 minutes in hockey. I play it time scaled to like 3 minutes, because like, I'm not gonna sit, and even that takes 15 to 20 minutes, right? Because penalties and stuff are time scaled differently. But if you play like a real game, that's like an hour and a half or something. I'm not gonna do that, like, or an hour, I guess, in the minimum. Imagine playing 82 games, and they're an hour each. That's a lot of hockey. That's just the regular season. Forget like playoffs and everything. Then you multiply that by a career. Yeah, like 15, 17 seasons or whatever you're gonna end up playing. Like, do you go out or anything? No, I guess not. I don't know. Speaking of Brazilians, by the way, Days has a character in here, Marc Days, and he's our first line center. 23 goals, 61 assists, 84 points. Mel Vineyard, who's a character I made for my wife. She's our sniper. And 27 goals, 38 assists, 65 points. H.B Bolton for my buddy. 25 goals, 39 assists for 64 points. McMuffin, 25, 33, and 58. Not the greatest numbers overall. I don't know. I've not heard of any. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. That's like an internet question, I guess. Sergachev had 39 points. That's pretty good. Drysdale, 32. T-Bone had 27. 12 goals. That's pretty good. Walzer 17. And Ald had 16. What are goaltenders? Snack played 65 games. 33 wins, 27 losses, 896 save percentage with a 309 goals against average. Not the best. Yeah, probably the States or Canada, I guess. Let's take a look at what happened in the playoffs. Well, since we didn't get in, Carolina and Tampa. Tampa moved on. Florida beat Philly in 5 and then beat Tampa in 6. Boston and Toronto. Boston beat Toronto in 7. That's like the story of ever of being a Toronto fan, is like Boston will beat you in 7. And it's just painful every time. Columbus beat Boston, though, after taking out the Penguins. And then Florida beat Columbus in a 7-game series and then beat Edmonton in a 7-game series just like last year. This year they beat them in 6. And the Oilers took out the Preds. Ah, Robin Regier, okay. Yeah, I remember him. He was around for a long time. That's cool. Oilers beat the Sharks in 7 after taking out Chicago. Yep, he was a notable player. He was a notable player. He wasn't just a guy or anything. Let's take a look at the A. Let's see how Moncton did this. Moncton played the Utica Comets in the first round, beat them 3-2 in the first round, took out the Rochester Americans in the second round, 3-2. Took out the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. 3 hours away. Nice. He was born not far away. He must have moved, though, I guess. Maybe? I don't know. So my team? So mine's a custom team that does not actually exist, and they're called the Hamilton Ogres. The Hamilton Ogres. I'll show you I'll see if I can go to the uniforms in a minute. We're doing bad, Cal. We're doing bad. We were in a playoff spot, fell off a cliff. While all that was happening, I forgot to hit go live for like half an hour. So things have been generally pants for the whole thing so far. And then our AHL team, the Moncton Lions, won the Calder Cup. So like the farm team won the Calder Cup. So at least we had some success. But the owner wanted me to do a bunch of stuff in the playoffs. None of that happened. So now my reputation with the owner is terrible. So I don't know if I can get turfed yet, but I may. That makes sense, Bruno. That kind of makes sense. But he is Brazilian, though, so you have a claim. And it's not a mild NHL player. Over 1,000 games. So when they get 1,000 games in the NHL, your team will give you a silver a stick, like a hockey stick made out of silver, because that is such an accomplishment. So they get a silver stick. So that's not nothing. That's very something to play 1,000 games in the NHL. Yeah, it's neat, and like they are phenomenal. I don't know if they're plated or full silver. I guess it depends on the team. Some teams it might be full silver. Probably in Toronto and places like that, they're gonna give you a full silver stick. I think it was when John Tavares of the Leafs, when he hit 1,000 games, they gave him a silver stick, but then they gave his kids like silver mini sticks, probably like this big. So that's pretty awesome. Not only did they give it to him, but they gave like mementos to his children. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a big thing. Like hockey's pretty grueling, and to make it, because if you think about it, and that's not playoff games. That's just regular season games. So it doesn't even, some players have like 150 playoff games in addition to their regular season games. And if there's 82 games in a season, then we're talking about like what, 13 plus seasons of being healthy to get a silver stick. That's huge. I would highly recommend it, Bruno. But I'm mildly biased. Yes, they are. They're 7-game series. And they are, it's weird because like in the regular season, what they call as penalties, and I'm sure it's similar in the NBA, what they call as penalties in the regular season, the rule book just gets tossed in the playoffs. So playoff hockey is so much more brutal than regular season hockey because they don't call stuff. So the players push the envelope more and more and more. It's pretty nuts. It's crazy to watch because like it's beauty and violence at the same time. That's what it is. I mean, again, I'm biased. It's my favorite sport. I love watching hockey. It's phenomenal because it's both highly skilled and nasty at the same time. And that's why I guess that's what Canadians like. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's it. Well, yes, more violent than they get, but I'm saying like in the playoffs, I'm pretty sure in the NBA, it'll be more violent than the regular season. Oh yeah. Just look up a reel of like hockey's biggest hits if you want to see something that's nuts. And the fact that those guys will get up and continue playing. That's the crazier thing. Now they have like concussion protocol and stuff, which they don't always do. They should do. Because like our goaltender got elbowed in the head in the playoffs this year, and he didn't get. They didn't call him into a concussion protocol to see if it was something, and he goes over to the bench and throws up in a bucket. And it's like, maybe he has a concussion if he's throwing up into a bucket. You know. Anyway. Oh yeah, Rempe. That's Rempe. He plays for New York. The funny thing about I guess it was late 90s, early 2000s hockey is it was so clutch and grab that it was boring because they would just hold each other up. And so there was no speed and there was no teams just made a strategy of trying to stop the other teams, and they called it the dead puck era because they played a trap defense. This is when the New Jersey Devils were successful. They played a trap defense. They stuffed up the neutral zone, and there was no way that people could get through to score goals. So it was very low-scoring hockey. It was boring. And the NHL has worked hard to get rid of that. But in the playoffs, they still throw out the rule book. So you need to do both. You need to be highly skilled, able to score, and nasty at the same time. Yeah, I understand, Bruno. It's I think overall I prefer hockey because it's just a sentiment preference the game. But I'll like I think secondary to that, I'll always go watch lacrosse, like indoor lacrosse, because that's just fun. Um, but baseball would probably be the one after that. I would enjoy after hockey, I would suppose, but I'll go watch hockey anywhere. It's like it. I love hockey. It's so good. We're we have the NBA team. We're getting a WNBA team next year, so that'll be good because that'll be affordable. Not that the Raptors have been great, so you know, and not that it's hard to get tickets or anything, but it's still a price difference, especially this day and age. Like to go see the top level of anything is going to be over 100 Canadian. Easy. So it says something to be able to go watch. Like we watch the this is on the screen, other way over here. This is the AHL, so the farm league. We'll go watch them because you know you can go watch a hockey game for somewhere between 15 and $50. you know, as opposed to 150. So it's a big difference financially to go see. Now, we went to one playoff game this year, but we went to one. Like, we're not going to many. I don't know how people do many, I guess bankroll, but you know, whatever. It's up to them what they want to spend. Yeah, I mean, I grew up playing golf with my dad, and that's harsh, Bruno, when the local teams are bad. But I played golf with my dad, and my wife played with her dad, and we'll go play with them when we visit her dad and so on. But I haven't played in years, just because like I play 6 holes and then my back is done, so I can't play. Like, I'll go to the driving range and stuff, but I can't do an 18 without it, you know, messing some stuff up. So I not that I was a big golfer, but it's fun to go and just play and walk the course and stuff like that, you know. It's pretty leisurely, in other words. As long as you don't get frustrated by your skill level, which I sort of gave up on that. Wow, that's a lot, Bruno. That's cool. So, I have to get back to this. We beat the Roadrunners in 7 games in the final as the Moncton Lions to get the Calder Cup in the AHL. That's good. Let's take a look at... Oh, this is the A still. Oh, people did fine in the A. Betts is one of our younger guys. Clarkson as well. They had good seasons. Good. Let's go back to the NHL. I just want to look at... Yeah, baseball is probably one of... I don't know, it's an incredibly technical sport. Especially pitching. Oh my goodness. No wonder the Leafs were doing so good. Matthews had 74 goals at 34 years old. 131 points. Mitch had 124 points, 33 goals, 91 assists. Nathan McKinnon 120. Connor McDavid 119 points, 56 goals. Draisaitl 58 with 116. See, we're not getting any of these numbers on our team. It's not good. We need higher end offense if we're going to be winning things. Check out the awards. They are complete athletes now, although I remember in like the 90s you had guys roll up to the plate like John Kruk, and you were like, goodness. He looked more like a power lifter than he did like a baseball player. Actually, our catcher right now, Alejandro Kirk, doesn't exactly look like the moniker of physical ability, but he's pretty good. He's pretty good at baseball, so hard to argue. Austin Matthews wins the Art Ross. He also gets the Hart. Kel McCarr, best defenseman. James Norris, he gets the lead. Nathan McKinnon gets the Lady Bing. Calder goes to Young on the Capitals. Samiskevich wins the Conn Smythe. Interesting. Vezina goes to Otter. Jake Ottinger. Joey Decord wins the Jennings. Lambos gets the Masterton. Jack Adams goes to Nashville's coach. Commons wins the Selke. The Lindsay goes to Matthews. The Maurice Rocket Richard goes to Matthews. And back to the Art Ross. Matthews had a season. He had a season. Gotta tell you. Well then. Didn't get fired that I know of. So we'll see how it goes. That was not the season I was hoping for. Let's see who called it a day. Artemi Panarin. So here we go. Now, the longevity in these in NHL is a lot higher than the longevity in real life, because normally players start dropping off about 35. Players are more healthy these days in terms of their fitness and the way they eat, so they last a lot longer. But they deal with injuries more often than the computer simulates, so I think the numbers are slightly inflated. But you're still going to see players with similar numbers, or at least closer to 1,1200, at least on the top end. So the bread man, Artemi Panarin, 1,267 games played with 1,391 points, 534 goals. Pretty good. That is the most goals that have ever been scored are by an active player right now, and it's around 900 by Alexander Ovechkin. And so if a player has over 500 goals, that is a lot. Even 400, I would say. So Artemi Panarin, 534 goals, 857 assists. Sam Reinhart calls it a day, 36. How old was Panarin? He was 40. Okay. Reinhart, 36, 1,325 games in 1,339 points. Mark Stone, his back actually lasted until he was 40. I'm shocked. 1,258 games played in over 1,000 points. Yes. The record stood for 24 years since Wayne Gretzky called it a day, I think in 2001. I want to say. Unless he retired in 99. He was number 99. So he might have called it a day in 99. Philip Forsberg, 1,297 games, 986 points. Still 461 goals. Pretty impressive. Sean Monahan, 1,383 games, 984 points. Morgan Riley of the Toronto Maple Leafs at 38 calls it a day. 1,435 games. Wow. 982 points as a defenseman. Pretty good. Jared McCann, 1,227, 882 points. Max Domi stayed with the Leafs. Goodness, till 37. 1,293 games, 802 points. Seems about right. Nikushkin, 1,100 was 670. Drouin was on our team. He called it a day. 1,133 games played, 603 points. Kerfoot of Dallas. Mason Marchman, who was just recently traded. 864 games played, 503 points. Darnell Nurse, 37. Age 37, 1,275 games, 458 points as a defenseman. Jacob Slavin also retires, 38. 1,226 games, 454 on the points. Kasperi Kapanen, Ivan Provorov. Wow, this is the list. Yeah, points are assists plus goals. So, the weird thing about assists, so you score a goal is a goal. So the person gets the goal, right? But the previous two players on their team that had a contribution to the goal will get an assist, potentially. If it was like one player to another and then another, and the third player scores, then the previous two players will get an assist. So you have primary assists and secondary assists, but they both count in this case as assists. So there's more assists than there are goals, but some players are playmakers. They make goals happen, right? They get it to the guy who can score. So it's a big deal if they have a lot of them. Hulak, Larson, Milano. Jake McCabe calls it a day. He wasn't with the Leafs anymore. He's with Edmonton. Cody Ceci, Mikheyev. All right. Do we have any goaltenders that called it a day? Connor Hellebuyck, 999 games played as a goaltender. Now, goaltenders don't play every game in the season. You have two goaltenders on your team, right? Sometimes you carry three, but two. They will play, the starting goaltender will play probably 62, let's say, 62 to 65 of the 82 games. So they don't play all of the games in the season. They play about 75%. So if they're the starting goalie, like if they're a bona fide starter, if not, they might play half. So the goaltender's silver stick is usually 500 games. Hellebuyck played almost double that. That's nuts. And to have 300 wins is like the big number. How often are games? Usually like 3 times a week on average. So like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. But they can have up to 4. Depends on, they can have as high as 4 and as low as like 1 or 2, depending on the schedule. Yeah, they play frequently. Um, but the goalie will usually play the primary goalie will usually play about, you know, 3/4 or 2/3 of the games. So if the goaltender play like their primary goaltender, if they have one, not all teams have one, and a lot of teams have like 2 decent goalies because it's hard to get a really good goalie. Anyway, Hellebuyck has 552 wins as a goaltender. 300 is a great number. Like UC Saro is also a very good goaltender. 805. He's 37. How old is Hellebuyck? 39. Okay. John Gibson, 736 games, 286 wins. Mrazek, 504 with 211. Matt Murray, he went till he was 38. He was a free agent. Who did he play for? Career stats. Iowa? Okay. Last played with Anaheim in the NHL. Alright. Lankinen Stolars calls it a day. 292 with 130 wins. Brossois. Alright. Those are our retired players. Morgan Riley becomes a coach. Players in this iteration can become coaches or scouts, which is kind of cool. Alright. Let's take a look at the draft class. Well, our player that we were kind of looking at is now up to 9. So I don't think that's happening. I think we're back here at like 15. Marty Piper, what's up? Dave Andrechuk, interesting. That's still Marty Piper. Sheldon May, there we go. 2 years. Something interesting going on here. Just a second. Let's take an interview. We don't know their play style. We know their ETA. Let's see what their weakness is. Let's talk about how they play. Shot is my best asset. Sniper. Good to know. Let's try the strengths and weaknesses. This will be my shot weakness. Don't say skating. Physicality. Okay, I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. Alright. I think that's kind of an interesting choice. Their potential doesn't look good here, but it seems far off. And our scout rank, so that's the central scouting rank, is 17. Our scout rank with a little unsureness in the binoculars there says they're rated higher. So, you know, I think it's worth a shot. I don't think we're going to be able to get up to the top end here. Oops. Alright. What else we got for draft picks? Late second, late third, late fourth. All from Minnesota. Let's do a potential check. Actually, we'll do the gems first. An enforcer defenseman that's got a gem. That is wild. Weakness is none, but their skating is garbage. What's their ETA? 3 years. That kind of makes sense. I find them fascinating. B's and C's 3 years at like 260 something. Willing to check it out. All right. Potentials. Not sold on that. Goaltender. Not sold on that either. There's our gem. Looking for a late second round pick. Maybe. 3 years away, Phil Housley. Interesting. I don't like when our scout rank is higher than the central, though. Not a big fan of that. Although it wasn't like sure, so you know. Alright, we actually have some sense of what players are here. I think I'll take a look at that at 204. But still looking for a late second rounder. Skating is atrocious. Could be okay. Back down to the lower rank, or the top of the deck. Probably not helpful there. 5 years. I'm not seeing anything that's knocking my socks off. Like a lot of the same thing here. I'm willing to go in on that. The skating is a little but competition level B, level C. Competition level A. Skating is not great, but we'll go with it. Okay. I guess it's somewhat similar. It's like you're assigned picks based on your placement, but there's a lottery for the top 3. But you can only move up so many picks in the lottery. It's incredibly complicated exactly how it works, but generally where you place in the season determines your draft pick. So it's similar to the NBA in that regard. It's to help like crappy teams get better. I wanted to... We'll do the off-season focus later. I think it was top 6 forward low. I just want to go back to where we were there. Okay. We'll just get some potentials in there. Could be interesting. Okay, I think we're good. Let's take a look at our contracts. Already locked in for the most part. Oh, Bemstrom, I think we need to deal. Because he's down to a top AHL top 6 forward low in terms of his potential. Okay. I'm just going to do that straight away. So let's go into the draft. Probably take this 4th round out and we'll put Bemstrom up there. I don't know how much value Bemstrom has. There's some. Okay. Oh, it's good to see you, Bruno. Have yourself a good Saturday, and I'll talk to you soon. And thank you. Yeah, I'll be doing some baseball stuff in the future with Cal that dropped in here. Not sure when, but we'll pick it up again. It'll be on Thursdays, I think. But always Saturday mornings as long as I'm available. But enjoy your time. Have fun with your guests, and I'll see you soon. All right. Rorius is on the trade block. What? Let's see what Bemstrom does. McLean, 5th. A 3rd and a 5th. 3rd and Ball. 3rd and a 4th. Why don't we just get all the picks for Minnesota? I think we take the 3rd and the 4th. Okay. Who had Rorius? Actually, just before they pick, okay. Who has... Oh. We have him still as 12. Yeah, I don't think we want to trade up for that. I think we just go to our pick, but... let's take a look at rookies, rookie skaters. What was Betts? Betts was a 6th rounder. They took spot check. Not surprised. Let's go ahead to our pick. I think we take May. Joe Thornton, 6'2" left winger. D- competition for both of them. Don't know enough. I think we take a chance on me. Anyway, don't mind me. 2 years, Joe Thornton. 2 years. That's Blanchard still. May. There you go. 2 years, none. Okay, hold on. I think we can get a player at 38 that is not far off. So I'm gonna see if I can do that. Okay. Is there anything else I want to deal? Most of our team is signed for a while. I mean, yeah, not that I thought it would bring much, but Primo. Fine. Okay. Okay, next. Go to 60. I'm just gonna pick like who's in the region. I'm not gonna try and trade around for it. Let's take a look at our pins though. High level 73. I want to get Matsumoto. Alright, 73, 89. We're at 61. S 66. 7, 60, 60. Tampa. I will trade in. But what? Yeah, it's fine. I'm okay with that. What else we got? There's Rizzy. That's fine. We can take them anytime. We're at 90. What's our next? I think we got 93, okay. Where are we right now? We are at pick number 4, 93, 27. So up 5 picks maybe. Chicago. Fine with that. Okay. Let's take a look. I don't know if we want to go in for Hornquist. I mean, maybe. Tampa, Tampa. If it's just picks, then whatever. I don't really want to go this year. We'll go 4 and 7 next. Alright, we'll try this the old-fashioned way. What are we doing with third? Do I have any thirds like forever? See if that goes. Alright, whatever. Sure. Alright. So 261 and 204. We can probably trade this one. I'm hoping just for a 4th in a future year. There was a 4th, like 2 picks down. Can I like upgrade it? Let's do a 4th and a 6th. 2 4s. A 3rd. I'll take it. Just want to see our goalies for a second. I don't know, it could be something, who knows. Big Lilia here. Yeah, it should be fine. Okay. I think we're good. Did a number of picks. I don't think anything's like outrageous. Never know though. Okay. I think we'll figure out something new. Our best scout, I guess. That's fine. And what are you rated? A B. I can deal. Maybe we see if we can get a better scout. Okay. Well, a snack is due. I think we let Corpusello go. Pull this off, can be our backup. Maybe. Maybe we've looked for somebody else too, I don't know. Be good for a backup anyway, though. There we go. Offer. Okay. Okay. There we go. Now. Okay. Let's say organization. Contracts. What about a 1 year? I'm willing to go a little higher. Promises? Let's see if it works. Alright, I don't know if that'll work, but we'll see. Pinto's a UFA. Okay, let's look through our forwards. Okay. Days, Mel, Eggs, HB. Lalonde signed. Okay. I am okay with that. Let's see if we can place a bit off there. Jack played well in the A. What does he want? Fine. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Okay. Robbins, I think we'll release. We may circle back on these guys in free agency. That's fine. All right. Defenseman. Is that somebody we picked up in like a random deal there? Where did he play? Colorado, okay. Just a second. I don't know. I think I'm okay. Zub wants like 2 years. I don't think so. Qualify, it's fine. Fine. Is there anybody... These guys I'm not worried about right now. Okay. Next year we're looking at Bolton, Drysdale, Sergachev, Walzer, Ald, and maybe Owens? We'll see. Pinto's in. Sawchuck is in. Sawchuck is gonna have to do stuff if he's earning 3. Same with Ald. I don't know. Like, I thought Owens was pretty good. Okay. Alright, Scout is in. Great bets accepted the qualifying. Snack we may have to do just the qualifying. We'll see. Okay. Oh yeah, Rick McMuffin. Bring him back. Okay. Dan Dillman, what a name. Alright, let's see if we can get an upgrade on a scout here. NHL level, perfect. Okay. Rasmus Dahlin. Woo, buddy. Pull this off. Cutter Gauthier. Oh, you know what? I think I'll leave this. I'll leave this for next week. And hopefully I'll actually hit go live in time. Gosh. Alright, folks. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate every minute you spend with me. Thanks for putting up with me failing and stuff like that. And also my team being garbage. But, you know, there's always next time. Have yourselves a good one. Enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. It's going to be a hot one here anyway. I don't know. Have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.